All right, I'm going to share with you, as I call it, my tray of broken dreams, more affectionately known as my tray of broken boat parts. These are parts to my davits. The davits are the parts with the dinghy up in the back, and at the very end, in here, these wheels go in there. These shivs or pulleys, if you will. This slides in there, and then there's this mechanism on the end that there's a screw here that tightens it and lifts that mechanism up, right? So this whole piece goes up and down, and what it's used for is there's actually another piece of the davit that slides in and out, and so you can adjust for the width of your dinghy. You can slide that out and adjust the width, and then tighten this down, and that pushes up against it inside there, and the two pieces are over there on the cooler, but it pushes up against it and then it's supposed to hold it in place. Now what we found out is that with any amount of wave motion and rocking, which is what a sailboat does the entire time you're in the ocean, there's a ton of forces on those arms, which just acts as a lever which pushes down on these. And so this is what they came with, and you can see, maybe you can't see, I'll try and show this with one hand if this will stay balanced for me. But this bolts into here, and this thin metal just got bent up and bent over. And the other one on this one actually broke apart. These welds broke, and that pin came out, and they just broke. So it wasn't holding that at all. And so I found a local machine shop, fabricator on Key West, actually on Stock Island, that I asked if he could make this for me. And they make a bunch of stuff. And he's like, yeah, but it's not going to be $100. And I'm like, well, right. So we negotiated a ridiculous amount of money for these two pieces of welded stainless steel. Take a guess. I'll put it in the comments how much I actually paid for these stupid things. But they are a ton thicker. I think he said he used 3/16. I mean, this stuff is just super thin. I'm surprised it held up as long as it did. But you should be able to see how much better that is. This bottom isn't going to bend. If anything, that bolt's going to break off this time. This bolt's threaded into this guy here. So, I mean, that's probably the weakest link now is that screw that's threaded into there. So, pretty excited. Want to get these back on. They did a really good job with just reproducing what was in there. The manufacturer says they no longer support these parts, the Simpson Davits, which is now owned by, I think it's Cooney Marine, out of Europe. They said these are the old ones and they no longer support them, so I'm on my own. So here we go. Anyway, like I said, I'm super excited about getting these. I'm going to put it back together and see if we can't get these things to work again. Other broken boat parts. This was a handle for a hatch handle that broke, and nobody will weld that, so that's all good. And then that's just another piece we'll talk about later. Anyway, kind of cool update on the davits. I'll put it back together, see how it goes.